So folks, this story is still actually a breaking news story as I sat down to record this video. So we're going to be starting back where the story started and working our way to where it's breaking at now. I found it to be a very interesting story and I wanted to share it with you because it just goes to show how the mainstream media is duping a lot of us and how independent media is getting it right way more times than the mainstream. So after Kamala Harris got done giving her speech at the DNC, CNN sat down with a group of people that they claimed were undecided voters. They said these people hadn't made up their minds yet, and they wanted to know if Kamala's speech swayed them one way or the other. Take a look at this clip.
Like I said, none of you were ready to make a commitment to any candidate in November. Please raise your hand right now if you're now ready to make a commitment after today. Wow. I'm just kind of surprised by it. We haven't rehearsed this. I'm going to make that very clear. Maybe we'll adjust to this. 7 of you are now ready. Scott?
Yes, I'm going to vote for Kamala Harris.
Andy?
Yeah, Kamala Harris, yes.
Donna?
Yes, I'm voting for her also.
Sean? Sean?
Yes, Kamala.
Sabrina?
Kamala.
Patrick?
Kamala.
Brian?
Trump.
Trump? And finally, Lindsay.
Still probably not voting.
You don't like either of them.
Nope.
Now notice what he said. None of you were ready to make any commitment towards any candidate come November. You all were undecided is what he claimed. And then when he asked, the majority said Kamala. One lady said that she wouldn't be voting, but that was Bryant Rosado who said he would be voting for Trump. And when he was asked why, here's what he had to say.
It wasn't clear enough on the policies. She did speak a lot of her personal history, which was great, but I still don't feel like she's ready. I feel like more so she should wait. I don't want to per se vote for someone that is a backup.
So the Meidas Touch Network began to dig into Bryant Rosado to see if he was in fact undecided or not. And what they found was, folks, this guy has been a Trump supporter for a long time. After this clip broke of him saying that Kamala wasn't specific enough on her policies and he was still going to be voting for Trump, Maga latched onto that clip and they passed it around as though this guy was an undecided voter and he just happened to show up there and listen to Kamala's speech. But turns out that's not what was the case at all. Meidas Touch uncovered this guy has been supporting Trump for a long time. Take a look at this clip from Ben Meiselas, and like I said, this story is still developing as we're making the video.
So Meidas Touch then uncovered that despite telling CNN that he was an undecided voter who just decided to vote for Trump, Rosado has a substantial MAGA social history, including a video of himself shooting an AK-47, which he purchased. An owner of such a weapon is unlikely to be undecided, as Kamala Harris has expressed support for banning assault weapons. Rosado's social media history, then reviewed by Meidas Touch, revealed that he has been posting pro-Trump content for years. Meidas Touch did not locate any post indicating support for Kamala Harris or Democrats, but we did find numerous pro-Trump and MAGA Republican posts. Here's what we found. Trump's mugshot. On Twitter, Rosado retweeted Trump's mugshot multiple times. The retweet of Donald Trump's post of the mugshot contained a link to Trump's website, which redirected to a fundraising page. Doesn't sound so undecided to me. Rosado also reposted Elon Musk's quote tweet of the mugshot post where Elon Musk said, "Next level." He then retweeted Don Jr.'s mugshot post as well, which read, "Hey Deep State, he's coming for you. See you on January 20th, 2025. So the CNN undecided voter doesn't seem to be so undecided, saying, "Hey Deep State, he's coming for you. See you on January 20th, 2025.
So yeah, anyone out there who is referencing the deep state is definitely not undecided. Oh, but wait, there's more.
Bryant Rosado has other pro-Trump social media posts that we located. In 2022, Rosado tagged Elon Musk in a tweet asking to, quote, "bring back Trump and make Twitter great again." He retweeted a picture of Trump at Mar-a-Lago with another call to reinstate Trump on Twitter. In October 2022, Rosado again asked for Elon Musk to, quote, "bring back Trump." In another tweet on the same day, Rosado again pleaded with Elon Musk to, quote, "bring Trump back." He also retweeted Trump's account using the hashtag MAGA. Rosado then reposted Eric Trump's I love Goya tweet after the CEO of the company associated himself with Trump back on July 11th of 2020. You take a look at Rosado's Instagram follows. Rosado follows Trump, Don Jr., and Candace Owens from his real estate business account at The Real Estate Guy. When it comes to January 6th, Rosado indicated disappointment that Vice President Mike Pence refused to overturn the Electoral College vote for Trump. Rosado replied, shake my head, shake my head.
So yeah, this guy clearly was not an undecided voter, but here's where the story catches up with itself. If you recall, I said when I sat down to make this video that the story was still breaking. Well, here's the breaking news that we got from the Meidas Touch Network. The pro-Trump undecided panelist says CNN knew he supported Trump. So this definitely throws a new wrench into the story. Check this out. Bryant Rosado now claims that he informed CNN of his support for Donald Trump and his intention to vote for Trump a week before the network placed him on as its undecided panel of Pennsylvania voters. This panel was featured following Vice President Kamala Harris' speech of the Democratic National Convention. Meidas Touch uncovered Rosado's pro-Trump tweets, which spanned back years, and the story quickly went viral on social media. After the story broke, Rosado locked down his Instagram and Facebook accounts, and in a Twitter post on Saturday night, Rosado posted from his Real Estate Guy account and blew the whistle on CNN. Folks, get a load of this. Crazy part is CNN invited me knowing I was a Trump supporter. Then they said it'll be voters that are undecided, not Democrats. They told me to keep an open mind and to give Kamala a chance after the speech since she's the new candidate after Biden, so I did. In a series of tweets on Saturday, Rosado revealed more details about how he ended up on CNN's panel. He emphasized that CNN described the group as undecided voters and appeared upset about the reactions to Meidas Touch's story. Rosado interacted with replies from Twitter user Jeff Clark, who asked him about the process of getting on CNN's panel. Jeff Clark says, it sure didn't seem like you were undecided. I'm just curious, how did they find you? You answered a poll undecided? Were you rethinking your Trump support? I'm actually not mad at you. I just want to understand the process for these things. To which Rosado said, I'd be glad to answer. I was at a restaurant having a drink with a buddy, and the reporter came to our table and asked, who are you voting for? And we both said Trump. Then he asked if I'm willing to have an open mind and give Kamala a chance, and I said absolutely, then invited. Rosado said that he told the reporter at the restaurant, which Rosado confirmed was CNN's Gary Tuchman, the host of the panel, that both he and his friend were planning to vote for Trump. Despite this, Tuchman later reported that none of these people before tonight had made a decision about who they would vote for come November. So yeah, if what Bryant Rosado is saying here is true, then in the words of my late great uncle, we've all been bamboozled. CNN clearly played all of us, including Bryant Rosado, if what he's saying is the truth here. Because if he told them up front he was voting for Trump, then that's how they should have presented it, but they didn't. They said that he was an undecided voter who hadn't made a commitment one way or the other. I mean, they could have been honest here about it, folks. They could have said, hey, this guy over here, Bryant Rosado, we ran into him. He's a Trump supporter, but he said he would be willing to have an open mind and sit down and at least hear Kamala out. And you know, that in itself would have made for a pretty good story. That, hey, we've got a Trump supporter over here with an open mind that's willing to at least hear her out. They could have made an entire story out of that, but instead they chose to paint him as an undecided voter. And then once Meidas Touch did the research and dug in and found out that wasn't the case, now clearly CNN has a lot of explaining to do. But folks, this is what is so dangerous about Trump's whole fake news narrative. See, Trump does have the truth on his side in a lot of ways. He finds small grains of truth. You know what? There is fake news. But he takes that grain of truth and he just throws gas on it. And now it causes people to not trust any news platform. That's why more and more people are going to independent news organizations like Meidas Touch. That's why people are coming here, is because they're tired of that kind of BS, and they're tired of that sick feeling they get in their stomach when they see something like that and go, well, yeah, there was some fake news Trump's been talking about. It doesn't do anyone on either side of the aisle or anywhere any service to present things that way. Present it truthfully. say, here's a Trump supporter. He's got an open mind. He's going to at least hear Kamala out. Folks, that would have been a good story. But CNN didn't do that. If Bryant Rosado is telling the truth here, CNN did not do that. So this story is still developing, and if more comes out on it, I will tune back in and let you guys know. But I want to thank everyone for subscribing here on the channel. We're closing in on 300,000, folks. That's a huge milestone. Thank you guys so much for hitting that subscribe button. If you haven't already, be sure to do so. And just keep tuning in, and we will keep trying to sort through all this madness.